Communication Error.
Welcome to episode 79 of Communication Error, a gaming debate podcast where we may not always agree, but if we listen to what one another has to say, maybe we'll be able to fix our communication error. I'm one of your hosts, Cheesy, and the man who I thought was going to introduce this episode, John Ebo. How are you doing?
Yeah, I forgot it. I usually do it when we have a guest, but
Yeah.
we don't have a guest today, so I just kind of forgot.
Yeah, that one's on me. I was busy this weekend and also wasn't sure who we were gonna get for this episode. Probably anybody. Could have asked anyone. But yeah, we had our baby shower this weekend, and it went
Oh,
really
that's
well.
fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. It's crazy how much people will just like support you for starting a new family. You know, like it's nice. It's very nice. They don't have to do that, but yeah.
Well, congrats on that.
Thanks.
I went to
What
a
did you
wedding.
do with your
I went
weekend?
to a wedding.
Oh, kind of the same, not the
Yeah,
same thing,
vibe.
but like,
It was a
Yeah.
family. It was a cousin. There's a cousin that I haven't seen in like, oh man, probably 10 years.
Mhm.
And it was really interesting because it was my mom's side of the family, and they never really get together. Like they don't really. My dad's side, they all still live in the same town, so they see each other like all the time. So I see them all the time, but I'd never see my mom's side of the family. So it was really cool to see a bunch of them came to the wedding. But
Nice.
I have some cousins that the last time I saw them, they were probably like 10 years old, and now like they're like at the wedding, and it was a 21 and older only wedding. So
Oh, okay.
they were drinking. It was just weird. It was just weird.
I've never been to a wedding that has like an age restriction.
Oh my god,
Like,
it was
obviously
amazing.
there's been
It was amazing.
yeah, like there's an open bar and stuff, so like people can get drinks if they want, but yeah, to have an age restriction on it sounds
It's
like it would
amazing.
be a good thing. Yeah.
It's really good. There weren't any. Now I know you just talked about having kids, but there weren't any kids crying, or you have to worry about like knocking a kid over on a dance floor or something.
Yeah.
It was a very nice wedding. It was a very nice venue. It was in like a, well, they call it a barn, but I think it was like made. It wasn't an actual barn. It was like made
For
as a wedding
weddings.
venue, or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
really nice though.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so as Johnny said, there is no guest this week. And this is the community patch notes episode on do studio names matter?
I don't know if
Which,
we're gonna
I mean,
do
like,
that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
we can
we're just,
talk about it, but
eh.
maybe there's some things that we I do think it's kind of cool that we were talking about Monolith Soft being like a great developer, and they were like, they obviously listened to our show because they were like, oh, you like us? Here's Xenoblade Chronicles X for you.
Yeah, but where's Wind Waker and Twilight Princess? The ones that people actually want.
It's not Monolith Soft.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about Wii U games that people actually want.
Yeah.
And Twilight Princess and the Wind Waker HD are right there.
Yeah.
They're right there.
Is it because they did those on the Wii U?
I don't know. I think they're just waiting. I don't know. They'll probably be like a launch title for the next console because they want to have something Zelda
Yeah.
when the next console launches or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope that it's a new game, but I also like how every year of the Switch we've had something Zelda related.
Yeah, but I don't think we've gotten a new game every year. So like they've had
No, not it. Yeah, not a new game, but it has been Zelda something.
Yeah, I doubt that we'll get a new game anytime soon because we just got one Echoes of Wisdom and we got Tears of the Kingdom last year.
Yeah, that's true.
So the next thing probably is a remake, and they probably are waiting for the next console. Who knows?
Yeah, which you thought it was going to be last week.
Yeah, well, I guess all of the Pereira or whatever the heck, his information was about like the Xenoblade Chronicles X and Nintendo Music. They announced other things. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I guess it has been like a big week. Like we before we had Alarmo, we had talked about that, but then yeah, Chronicles X and Nintendo Music. Have you used it much?
I have, and I I don't get it. Like I don't get the hype around it, and I think it's probably
That's
because
because you don't
it's
like
probably
video game music.
yeah, I don't really like video game music. I don't know. I need lyrics
Mm.
or something. Like I don't listen to music for like just the music. However, like
The ambiance.
I will say
Yeah.
Odyssey has phenomenal music, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has phenomenal music. Like the orchestral music is really good, but listen to some just like stages from like old games is just like why would I want to listen to this?
You're gonna tell me Wii Sports music doesn't do anything to you?
No, see the thing about the Wii
What?
is I don't have the nostalgia that everybody has for it. Like that's the only reason people like the Wii is for nostalgia. There's no other reason.
I think there were good games on the Wii.
I mean, there's one good game, two good games.
Oh, Mario Galaxy and
Galaxy 1
Galaxy
and
2.
Galaxy 2. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Who saw that one coming?
It's true. I mean, I would say Twilight Princess, but that was on GameCube, so that
Technically, yeah, you're right.
all
Also,
right, so
yeah,
here's a question about Nintendo Music.
what's that?
How do you feel about it being locked behind a paywall?
Yeah, so it's interesting because I feel like the fans who, or the people that are going to listen to Nintendo music are fans of Nintendo. So like, yeah, I guess you could just like put it out as just a normal music app where everyone can just listen, but like maybe they're just reaching out to their target audience.
Why not just put it on like Spotify or what's the other one? YouTube Music or
Yeah.
Apple Music? Like,
I mean,
why
I don't
have a
know.
separate app?
Maybe there's a legal reason for it. Or they just want to have their own. I don't know. It's Nintendo. Like that's the answer, I think.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I wonder if they're gonna. So, Nintendo always allowed you to. Well, not always, but they recently, like a few years ago, allow you to use Nintendo Music in the background of like your YouTube videos, and they won't
Yeah.
strike it or anything. I wonder if they're gonna go after these accounts that just have Nintendo Music like ripped from the games.
Yeah, maybe. Or so I've already seen people that have like posted to Twitter like the music that they're listening to with the music. And those videos are already taken down. So I don't really understand like what's the purpose? Like you can't share the music online, but you can just listen to it through the app, I guess.
I guess so. And it's also really it's odd to be tied to a phone. Like it's tied to a phone app. Like it's
What
not
would you
on
want
it's
it
not
to
on
be
it's not
tied
on a
to?
computer. Like if you were to want to use that music in like the background of your videos, you would have to
Yeah.
somehow get the music from the app onto the computer, which I guess you could just like record your phone and then kind of slash it together. It's just kind of a pain. It'd be much easier if there was like an app on PC
Yeah.
or even like on their website or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I understand that people are excited for it, but I don't know. It's not that like I listened to it. I listened to it the day it came out, and I'll never open that app again. It's just not. That's not the kind of music that I listen to. Like I need emo music. I need My Chemical Romance.
Why don't you just write your own lyrics?
I should. I
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
write my own songs. But yeah, I don't know.
If
Like
I was
somebody,
just gonna say, if Nintendo doesn't like, shoot you down for using their music, that would be cool content.
some of them are like not even. It's not even music. It's sounds. There's sound effects. Like I think with the Zelda one, with like Ocarina of Time, there's like sound effects for jumping or swinging or something, swinging your sword. It's like, why is that there?
I feel like it's cool that they have characters that have their own playlist. Like that's very interesting. I don't know if you've checked those out.
No, I literally put on like the top tracks and that was it. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. And what is it for the character? It's just whatever song, like whatever song relates to them. Like the Bowser Jr. only has 4. It's like Enter Bowser Jr. from Galaxy, another one from Galaxy, then a couple from Wonder. So there's 4. There's 4 songs in there.
Is there not one from Bowser's Fury?
I don't think Bowser Fury's in here.
Oh, that's
That's
good
another
music.
thing that I think a lot of people are not happy about is the music selection. I guess like Xenoblade. I don't know why they didn't include Xenoblade music in here when they just
It's not
announced.
on there at all.
No, they just
Oh,
announced.
I didn't know that.
They just announced Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Switch, but there's no Xenoblade music on this app.
I wonder why. Like, isn't that some of like the best music according to like Xenoblade
People love
fans?
it.
Or
People love it.
and it was nominated too, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I think Xenoblade 3 was nominated for best score.
Maybe I'll give this app another try. I have been using Alarmo, so maybe I'll come around to it.
Do you like Alarmo? I guess we haven't really talked about it.
I do. It's. I mean, I don't think it's worth $100.
Uh-huh.
I just set an alarm every night, and
Yeah.
and I wake up to Pikmin drowning in the morning. Like that's all it is. But it does know when like you get out of bed, when you're moving.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't, like if you go, say you get out of bed and then you go back into bed, like it will go off again. So you have to manually turn it off each time.
Okay.
So
like, do you feel like it's helping you wake up?
no,
Or
no.
yeah, you just have an alarm set and you're like, oh, time to get up.
Yeah, it's just another alarm. It's not worth $100.
What does your partner think of it?
Oh, she don't care.
Really? It's
Well,
not annoying?
actually, she there are some times where I don't wake up right away, and she gets annoyed.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I do that anyway. I don't wake up right away.
Yeah, but this is different. Now it's just like these Nintendo characters making high-pitched noises and
Pikmin drowning.
yeah, I'm sure that's not pleasant to start your day. Hearing these little creatures.
Yeah,
dying.
yeah. I don't know. It's not a. Yeah, I don't think she's a fan of it. But
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know. I don't know what Nintendo's doing. I don't get it. They're just. I feel like they're announcing things to announce things, and it's not that exciting.
I think it was exciting. Alarmo was exciting because it's like,
Was it
okay, this is
though?
yeah, it's Nintendo being Nintendo. Like
Eh.
it's the same. It's the same
It's
thing as like
exciting
Labo.
for 2 days. Eh.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same thing as Labo though. Like you get
Exactly.
excited about it. Like it wasn't something that I was going to purchase in the first place, but like I think it's cool that they are doing stuff like that. That they are just trying new things.
Yeah, but like when Labo was announced and came out, it was in the height of Nintendo Switch popularity. So like them having it Labo was fine. Like it wasn't that good. It wasn't that exciting. But since the Nintendo Switch was still like really popular, like it was in its prime, it wasn't that big of a deal. But now that we're all just kind of waiting, like it feels like we're treading water for the next thing to come out. Like these announcements just feel kind of annoying. It's like, oh, okay, thanks for the announcement of something that none of us care about.
Yeah.
Even
Would
like
Xenoblade Chronicles X, would that have been better seen in a direct
yes,
versus Shadow
all of
Drop?
these would have, all of these would have. And I don't know, like so we always have a September Direct. Well, typically, historically, have had a Nintendo Direct in September. They
Yep.
didn't do it this year, but they should have just did it and had Alarmo, Nintendo Music, Xenoblade Chronicles X all in a Nintendo Direct instead of these random tweets.
But would that make it worse if it's like, okay, you're not announcing the Switch, here's a direct where you have I mean, just it would basically be the same thing that they're
Yeah, I know.
doing on
Neither of
Twitter.
it all sucks. But Nintendo Directs are more exciting than a random tweet on a Tuesday morning.
Hmm.
I'm just sick of waiting. And now everybody's like, well, it's probably not going to get announced until 2025 now because we're in holiday season and we have Brothership that comes out this week. And like,
Which apparently is not doing very
well,
well.
only one review was not good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has like a Metacritic of 80. And
Okay.
so IGN gave it a 5 out of 10.
Wow. I mean, like that's the only review that I saw, but like it's surprising to me that that score is so low when like the Metacritic is in 80.
Yeah, and I watched the IGN review, which I don't think a lot of people did, and they just got people don't watch or read the reviews; they just see the score at the end, and they don't
Yeah.
really
Do
care.
their homework.
Yeah, but when I watched it, the guy was saying that it runs terribly, which is not surprising. It's not very what's the word, imaginative, or like it's stuff that we've seen, like areas that we've seen before, like a grass area, an ice area, a desert area.
Fire. Yeah.
Whereas the older Mario and Luigi games had like one was focused on where you're like inside a Bowser, like inside
Right.
story,
Yeah, yeah.
like you're in Bowser, which is a completely different experience than like playing just your normal grass area, your normal sand desert area. So I understand where they're coming from. They did say the battle system is good, like the battles are good, but that's pretty much it. They said the dialogue's not funny and it's very handholdy. They said it felt like it's a game for players from 6 to 12 as opposed to players from 6 to 80 like Nintendo games usually are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably low. A 5 is really low, especially now. Like today's day and age is like super low. You don't usually see things that low. But I could see it not being the best game. It could be like a mediocre game.
Yeah, it's one of those that like I was super excited for, and you're right. Like I just saw the score, and I was like, maybe I'll just wait for this one or ask for it as a gift or something, because there's just like I don't know. I don't know if I'll like check it out.
I don't know if we did an episode on review scores and if they like matter. I don't think we have.
No, I mean we've talked about journalism.
Yeah, but I don't think we talked about like review scores themselves, which I think is an interesting topic in itself because like you when I first saw that on Twitter, I didn't see the other reviews yet. I only saw like IGN gave it a 5, and then I went to see what's the Metacritic score, and it was at an 80.
Uh-huh.
So it's probably okay. It's probably just an okay game.
Yeah.
I know, like you have to like consider the biases. Like Nintendo Life gave it a 9 out of 10, which they're gonna rate Nintendo games higher. It's not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they work. I would think that they still are trying to like be honest with their scores. But yeah, because they're Nintendo Life, they probably do have it just a little higher and have like a different way of scoring things that's like okay, yeah, this is this, and but it's Nintendo, so like it's all right.
Well, I think you can't really. I know a lot of people say try not to be biased, but like, everybody's biased. It's impossible not
Yeah,
to be
for sure.
biased.
Yeah.
And if your name has the company in the title, like you're pretty much like I would definitely score Nintendo games higher than other games.
Hmm.
That's why I don't review. I'm not very critical when I'm playing. Well, like I don't see it through like that lens. Like I don't see like they were talking about performance. I could tell the difference. I think Echoes of Wisdom has a very low performance. Like I
All
could
you
tell
care about, yeah, for you to be a reviewer is performance and like is
if
the
it's a
game fun?
if it's a 3D Mario or a
Yeah,
Zelda
or a
game.
Zelda. If it's not,
10 out
give
of
it a
10.
5.
Yeah, if it is 10 out of 10, if it's not 0 out of 10.
Wow.
Or Balatro is 10 out of 10 too. And Vampire
Okay.
Survivors.
Now it sounds like you're being biased.
I don't know. That I think that game is like could be a 10 out of 10. Just
Is that gonna win indie game?
I hope so. I hope so. I don't know what else would. Maybe Animal Well,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess those nominations will come out soon, right?
Mm, do they usually come out like a week before? No. When do they come out?
I thought it was in
Like
like
after?
mid-November,
It's like after Thanksgiving.
possibly. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, for the listeners, this is kind of just a random episode. Um, but you have been playing Pokemon Pocket.
Yeah, that's another big thing that
You
happened
have been
last week.
contributing to Pokemon
Yes,
Pocket.
I've been
You have
supporting the
been
small indie developer.
there. It is. What do you think
I
of
mean,
it?
I like it. All right, I really liked it last week. Oh, I could open a pack right now. I really liked it when it first came out. Like the day it came out, I played it for like hours because it's just like a free to play game where they give you so many. Like I think I opened like 30 packs that first night, and then after
Jeez.
that, it's like "Meh, it's so slow. But I opened 30 packs without paying any money.
Uh
Like
huh.
I did like all the challenges that they had there, and like
Oh, so you've done all the solos already?
yeah, like everything. I'm done. Like everything, pretty much I could do
Jeez.
besides battling. Which I mean, I'll talk about the things that I like. It is a like it's a gotcha game, so it's addictive. It's fun collecting all of the cards or trying to collect all the cards. It's there's a lot of cards to collect. There's like over 200 to collect. There's a bunch of secret and alt cards, but so I've been having fun like trying to collect everything, and that's how I'm treating this game, more of a collecting game as opposed to a card game.
Mhm.
I have done some online battles, but it's not that fun, and you don't get that many rewards for doing it. Like and the only time you get rewards is if you win. So if you win a battle online, you get 15 experience points,
Which is
which
not
is
a lot.
it's not a lot, especially once you're
Yeah.
getting higher level. Like I'm level 20 right now. Yeah, I'm level 20 right now. And 15 experience is not a lot, and you have to win. And sometimes the matches take a while, so it's like if you lose, you just wasted 5-10 minutes without getting anything, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
it's also I want to make a deck that I with Pokemon that I like, but there's a meta. And you pretty much have to do the meta or you're gonna get bodied online. Like you have to have a Mewtwo deck or you have to have like a Starmie deck. There's these meta decks, and it's like I don't want to do that. I just want to play with my Charizard.
Uh-huh.
which there is a Charizard build, but it's not like great. It's very slow compared to the other decks.
I feel like I go back and forth where it's like you have content creators that are trying to help people like play the game and like this is the best deck, this is what you should do. And then there's another part of me that's like, why do we need to try so hard at every game? Everything that comes out, like we have to be the best at it instead of us just like figuring it out for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like everybody has this hack right now that's like the bent corners of a pack, and it's like
you're falling for schoolyard rumors.
well, I mean, I wasn't sure if it was a rumor or not, but everybody else is being fed the same information.
So I saw this isn't about Pokemon TCG, but it's about Call of Duty. It's a similar thing. So somebody made a video. I saw a video on TikTok, and they were complaining about how Call of Duty is not fun to play because people are just trying, because of content creators, essentially, because they're just trying to, do the Easter eggs as fast as possible, unlock all the weapon skins as fast as possible. And he's like, well, I just don't want to play it. They're ruining it. It's like, bro, you can play it however you want. Like, why are you letting somebody else dictate how you play a game?
I think it's because like maybe you didn't want to know that certain thing, or like what happens if you collect all these, because I saw a video that was like someone collected all the cards already.
It's been out for 4 days. Get over it.
That's my point, though. It's been out for 4 days, Johnny.
Actually, it's been out for longer. It's been out for like a month if you had an Australian account, which I'm surprised these videos weren't out before, because people were making Australian accounts to play the game. Maybe they didn't spend, because to get that secret, like, you would have to spend money. There's no way you're doing it without spending money. Maybe they didn't want to spend money on an Australian account or something. I don't know. I definitely fell into the trap. Like, I saw the thing about the bent cards. There's other things about, like, if it's flipped around backwards, you get better luck, but it's not true. So if anybody's playing Pokemon TCG Pocket, those rumors are not true. It's schoolyard, like the old, if you go behind the truck in Pokemon Red, you'll find Mew. Stuff like that. It's not true. Because it's a gacha game. They don't want you to have any way of like gaming the system. So all the odds are the same. I mean, I saw that it was like, it's been down to like 10 million times already, and the revenue is like $12 million, which seems like not a lot. I don't know. Maybe
$12 million is not a lot. I'll take it.
From 10 million players, like, you have 10 million downloads. That means you're making $1 per.
How much
account.
Did you give them?
Probably $60 so far. And I still have the free 2-week trial of the premium pass. So once that is up, I'm sure people will, like, the revenue will jump up, because that's $10 a month. Did you sign up for the free 2-week
No, I did
pass?
not. No.
So you're only getting, so you're playing strictly to free to play right now?
Yeah, when you said that you opened up 30 packs, I was like, how is that even possible?
I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was 30. It was a lot of packs that first night. I didn't spend any money.
But it's because you signed up for the
Oh,
premium.
yeah, okay, yeah, sure. But still, I didn't spend any money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could, you could sign up for the 2 weeks free and then actually cancel it. But they're banking on people not canceling it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But
what
now,
happens all the time is, like, you're like, yeah, I'll do the free trial, and then you forget about it.
Dude, you work for a gym. That's the gym's whole business model.
Is a free trial?
No, it's people not canceling their subscription or their membership.
Yeah.
Like I can guarantee that
It's-
more people are signed up as members than actually ever go to that gym.
Yeah, probably.
That's what they bank
crazy. That's a PSA for all the listeners. If you ever signed up for a gym, you might still be signed up for that gym. So,
on. Here's a funny story. We were signed up for a gym. I'm not anymore, as you can tell. But we were signed up for a gym that was like right down the street from us, and they closed, or that branch of it closed, and I was still getting charged monthly membership. Yeah, for like
Really?
6 months. Yeah.
how does that work?
Well,
Because
they have other branches
tied to that location.
No, so I think it was just like a membership for that. I forget what it was. It was like Sweat Gym or something. And there was like
Okay.
another location like 4 or 5 miles away. So
Huh.
it just transferred to that. And yeah, I was paying for a gym membership for 6 months that wasn't even open.
My goodness.
But I mean, that's what all these gotcha or all these free to play games and everything relies on, is if they have a subscription model, like they rely on you not canceling it. I know it's only like 4 days in, but I do see it dying quickly if they don't change things. Because waiting 12 hours to open one pack sucks.
So I have been playing it. And I do like it, but I do think right now I still like Marvel Snap more than Pokemon Pocket. Just because I feel like there's more things that you can do in Marvel Snap. Now, Marvel Snap has been out for I don't know how long now. It's been maybe 2 years. But there's still just like you could do the Conquest, which is just like fight to the death kind of mode, or you can just play randoms and you could level up faster in Marvel Snap, so then you earn things quicker. You can get new cards. You can get like Flare, I guess, that's in the Pokemon Pocket. You could get that easier in Marvel Snap. So everything just feels faster, and you're not like really running out of things to do. There's always something to chase, I guess.
Excuse me. Sorry. I know there's, like right now, I can't really do anything in Pokemon TCG. Well, besides battle, and I don't really want to. Like I have this one.
Like you don't battle random people.
I do every now and then, but like I said, it's not really worth my time. If I lose, I just wasted 5-10 minutes. If I win, I get 15 experience points.
Yeah.
Like give me like an hourglass or something that allows me to reduce the time it takes to get packs. Or, give me, I don't know, even with the flare system. So the flare system is if you get duplicate cards.
Yeah.
And even that's a grind. Like,
yeah, I didn't understand it at first because it was like, oh, I have duplicate cards. Maybe I can like upgrade this card. And it's like, no, you have to have like
you have to have
2 extra,
at least 3. So there's 2 left
3.
in your collection, and it's like, why?
Yeah, so I need 5 of that card before I can.
Yeah, and if you want, so the ones that you really want to add flair to are like the special ones, like the star cards, but those they have a ridiculously high cost. And it's a mobile game. Like it's 100% a mobile game. And I think I just have to get it through my head. Maybe maybe I don't play it as often. Like I don't, because I've been buying packs.
You don't open 30 packs in one night. Maybe not.
But I have been making videos on it, and the one video was doing pretty good. I made like $15 off of it. So like that subsidizes some of the money that I've spent on the game. And now I've even like resorted to, I have a bunch of regular Pokemon cards that I've never opened. Now when I want to get that dopamine hit, I just open some of those packs.
the real thing.
Yeah, the real thing. And actually, oh, I don't think I talked about this because this last week? It must have been last week. But GameStop allows you to send your cards into PSA, which is the grading company,
Uh-huh.
for like $15 a card, and you get your card graded. Which I have a bunch of cards that I wanted to get graded, but I've never knew how to do it. It always seemed overly complicated. And once GameStop like added this feature, I'm like, oh man, I'm definitely doing it. So I went there. I think on Friday. It must have been last Friday. Yeah, it was last Friday, and it was super easy. Like, if anybody wants to get their cards graded, it could be Pokemon, it could be like sports, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh. I think they do like whatever trading card game you want. You just have to find one that they like turned into a. I think the guy told me that they turned it into a card shop. So there was like, instead of games lining all of the walls, it was like Pokemon cards lining all the walls.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But
And to grade just means like you're making sure it's in good condition and it's not
well,
like it's all like packed in like a case, right?
yeah, it's like they call it slabs. I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
I think they just look nice in the slabs, but like it also increases, or it could increase the value of the card. So say you have a, like I gave them a Charizard. Say it's worth $100 ungraded or raw. If it gets a high grade like a 10, it might be worth like $300. And then
Okay.
as time goes by, the value in theory should increase. So it's just a way of, like valuing your cards. And I've always wanted to do it, but it always seems so complicated, so I never did.
What if they added a system in Pokemon Pocket where you could get your cards graded?
It'd be like NFTs.
Yeah, basically.
That's another, like, so it's a digital card game. Like I've put $60 into it so far
Yeah.
or so.
But you
and
don't own those cards.
I don't own them, so
Yeah.
after a while, it's just like any other game or any other, like Fortnite. Once I stop playing Fortnite, like I just have hundreds of dollars.
Did you see that Lightning McQueen is going to be in Fortnite?
That's hilarious. Oh, probably for the racing. The
Oh,
racing
that would
mode?
make sense actually. Yes.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
was
how they
like,
would do.
I
I
don't-
don't know how they would do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But this game is making me want to get back into Pokemon again, like Pokemon cards,
Uh-huh.
real cards. And
Would
I
you
guess
actually play the trading card game?
I've never played that. I actually, that's a lie. I've played. So they have the digital version, the TCG Live.
Yeah.
So, I guess another thing, if anybody's wondering about Pokemon TCG Pocket versus TCG Live, Pocket is like a watered down version of Live, which I actually kind of like it that, like, I would much rather do a battle in Pokemon TCG Pocket than in Live, because Live there's just a lot going on in there. It's hard to, Pocket is very simple.
Uh-huh.
Which I think will hopefully keep it alive. They just need to they just have to have incentive to play it, to do the battles. Because, well, we also don't have trading yet, which says it's coming soon.
Yeah. So like I'm sure it's all going to play the same, but even with Pokemon Sleep, when that first came out, I feel like their updates or like the new Pokemon that they added was like weekly.
Was it? Yeah, I think you're
so,
right.
and they had
they've done-
events
they do
and-
events. Like there's actually an event going on right now in Pokemon TCG Pocket. The Chansey Wonder event.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Wonder picks, which I think actually are pretty cool. Those take a while to refresh too. I think it's like 12 hours per one
Yeah.
gem or whatever, and the wonder
Yeah.
picks that you want to do are like the 3 gems, and then you could get a. I actually know this guy. He's a friend on there, and I picked from his, and he had like an alternate secret rare or whatever, and I actually picked it. So I was pretty excited about that. You could get some like EX cards easier that way. It's also luck.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
I do
why
like
I haven't done too many wonders because I'm like I don't want to spend my wonder hearts or whatever they are for a crappy card that I may
Yeah.
already have. Like I get that that's the gimmick of it is like it's just luck, see if you pick the right card. But it doesn't feel worth it to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. This game is a free to play game. It will get updated. It will get updated a lot. Pokemon Unite I used to play Pokemon Unite a lot, and that got updated a lot. I mean, they still update like Cafe Mix and Masters and stuff like that. So it's just beginning. I understand that we're 4 days in or whatever. We're in the first week of this, but it's like I want more to do. Like it would be nice if they had a battle pass or something, which they'll probably put in there. I mean, Unite has a battle pass. Marvel Snap has a battle pass. Because the premium pass right now, you only get one extra pack a day. Like that's it. You don't get anything else. And that's $10 a month. So I don't know. I don't know if it's what I was expecting or what I wanted. I'm interested to see where it goes. Because they'll also add, like right now we only have like one expansion of cards, and like the regular Pokemon TCG, they do like expansions every 3 months or so. So
really?
Yeah, I don't know how often they're going to add new cards to this game. And right now it's also pretty much only Gen 1. There are some non-Gen 1 cards in there, but it's mainly Gen 1.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think that's probably the best way to do it for right now because Pokemon and people that started playing Pokemon when they were younger or collecting cards or whatever, like obviously are so nostalgic for all the Kanto region. So I get it, but at the same time it's becoming a bit much where it's like, okay, maybe people are nostalgic for like Gen 2 or Gen 3.
Well, I saw a video about this and it makes a lot of sense. So they do lean heavily on Gen 1. They've done it with Pokemon Go. They've done it with pretty much anything. And it's because the people that, like me, I grew up on Gen 1, where we have the money. So, of course, they're going to target us. Because we're not children. Like, we can put money into these games.
Yeah.
And we did. I did. $12 million in 4 days. Apparently, it's like 3 times more than Pokemon Go right now.
Really?
But I think that means like right now. Which Pokemon Go's been out for like 6-7 years. I don't even know how long Pokemon Go's been out.
I wonder, because like how much did Pokemon Go make in that first month?
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous how much money Pokemon Go makes. And still makes.
Such a fun time. That was crazy.
That was a great time. I did really enjoy Pokemon Go. It's the same thing. I played it for like a couple of weeks and then I fell off.
Really? You never went back to it?
A little bit here and there when they would add like new gens, but not too much. And now so Pokemon Go is a good like roadmap of what they could do with this game because they added Mega Evolutions, they added battling like later. They added trading. They added like all these features that weren't there initially,
Hmm.
and they'll do that with TCG Pocket. I want to know. Hold on. So for every, actually, so every Pokemon card pack you open, you get
Yeah.
a. Oh, it's like really
QR
blurry.
code.
You get a QR code and then like something that you enter. It's and you use it for Pokemon TCG Live. So
Okay.
if you open a regular pack, like a real life pack, you get a code where you could open a pack in TCG Live. So I wonder if they'll have some sort of system that if you open a real life pack, you could use that code in Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Maybe. Do you ever like see Pokemon Pocket or Live coming to Switch?
It should have been
Like
there. TCG
yeah, it
Live
doesn't
should have
really
been
make
there.
sense. But also, like, I had this comment about Marvel Snap too. That's weird to me that that one
I
didn't like
know.
go to Switch.
It's perfect. Like those card games.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh has one. It's called Master Duel. That's on Switch. That's just a mobile card game.
Hmm.
It should be on Switch. I don't know why it's not. I mean, the majority of their players, of Pokemon players, are on Switch. They're not on like PC and iPad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must be a reason. It must be like, I don't know. Like, you would think that wouldn't be that difficult to bring over.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually have a video on my YouTube channel saying Marvel Snap should be on Nintendo Switch. It's doesn't make any sense to me. It's free money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How you don't have to say it if you don't want to, but how much money have you spent on Marvel Snap?
$10. I did
That's
the
impressive.
well because it was the battle pass. Like it was
For like
the
2
very first
years.
one. Yeah, so like when I think the first one was like Spider-Man or Miles Morales or something like that because it was around the time of I think Beyond? No.
I think
When
it
did-
was around one of the Spider-Man movies because I think I remember playing it because
So
there
then
was a
was it
Miles
No Way
Morales.
Home?
There was a Miles Morales event like that first.
Yeah.
So it must have been. Well, that movie's probably like 2 years old now, right?
Yes? When did that come out? I don't know. Anyway, that was so yeah, I signed up for the battle pass and I was like $10 seems kind of expensive, but like you get all of these things and you get this exclusive card and I was like I I went so hard into that game. And then that next month I was like, yeah, no, I can't do this. I can't buy a $10 pass every time for these digital cards that like I don't know, it's just so much money for this mobile game that yeah, I am playing, but I also am not wanting to go that deep into it.
Yeah, I think I definitely got at least the first battle pass in Marvel Snap. I played that pretty heavily for like a couple weeks. I did enjoy it. The thing with that one is I think the battle pass was only for a couple weeks maybe, and then it would be another battle pass. So it was like $10 or however
Either a-
$5-10 every
it a
couple
week or a
weeks.
month?
Maybe it was a month. Maybe it's a month. But yeah, I mean, it felt because most battle passes are like $10 for 3 months. Like Fortnite is $10 for 3 months. So $10 for 1 month is a little. It's like
Yeah.
but I mean, people in the mobile space must spend so much money. Like we play console games and everybody's so offended by all these like battle passes and cosmetics, and mobile games have been doing this for ever. Like
Well, yeah, I mean that's where they are to blame, right? Is
Yeah.
because of mobile gaming.
so, like Candy Crush, I remember you had to.
Dude, that is a game I never played once just because I heard everybody playing it. I heard how addictive it was, people spending money just to get more lives to play the puzzle, and I was like, I don't need this.
That is good for Pocket, TCG Pocket. You don't have stamina. So in order to play a match, like you could just
Yeah.
do the match.
Yeah. But like you said, like you only get 15 experience points.
Yeah.
So it's not really worth it, but at the same time, they're like, well, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. And I hope I did all those solo battles. I hope they add more of those, because
I'm still working on mine, but you do get more from doing them, right?
yeah. So like you get hourglasses pretty much for beating it, and like the master ones you get seven hourglasses, which you do two of those, then you get a pack. Yeah, what I pretty much I've done everything that I could do
Mm-hmm.
for free. Now I have to like either wait 12 hours to open a pack every time or pay money. And I've been opting to pay money.
That doesn't really surprise me coming from the man who spent what was it, $40 in Unite
It was a
for like
$40 skin, but I only paid $20 for it. It was half off.
oh, okay. Whatever makes you feel better.
But I don't mind spending money on games that I enjoy. I really don't. Like I don't regret anything. Like if I'm spending time in these, like I bought Dragon Ball Sparking Zero for $70 and I haven't opened it yet.
I know. Crazy. And you're never going to play it.
Probably not. No. I've
Yeah,
been playing
that's
the
not your-
heck out
that's
of
not
Call
your
of Duty.
game.
I've been playing the heck out of Call of Duty. I just checked my time. I'm at like 8 hours already. It's only been a week. I feel like right back in college. Let's see. Oh, I got Dragon Age Veilguard. Played that for like an hour. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. Let me go play some Call of Duty again. I like the mindless. I don't have to think. Where I don't have to think. Like Vampire Survivors put out a big update for Castlevania. I played that. Fell right back into it. It's just these games where I don't have to think. Like even Pokemon TCG Pocket. Like it's just dopamine hits.
Yeah.
I much prefer those than like narrative heavy story games.
Yeah, I just saw a thing on discussing film that said Amazon is going to start doing like AI recaps. So if you like forget where you are in the story or whatever, or like depending on how many episodes you've watched, like it will just recap something for you with AI. And I'm just like, just rewatch the episode.
No.
Yeah.
No, I actually kind of like that. There are some. I know Dragon Quest does it. I'm sure there's other games that do it.
Oh, some games. Yeah.
They have like previously on, which I like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't really. I don't have the mental capacity to like get into these narrative heavy things. Like, give me popcorn movies and popcorn games.
Mm-hmm.
Like we watched, what was it, Time Cut.
Oh no, you
We watched
it?
Yeah, we watched it. Of course, we watched it. We grew up. So I was a
But yeah, but was it accurate?
Well, that's why we watched it. I was a sophomore in high school in
So for the-
2003.
For the listeners, this is a Netflix movie
Yeah.
that like the trailer was some I'm guessing here it was like some girl that had to like go back to 2003 and see like how everybody was dressed and the styles and
Yeah, so the premise is a girl. So there were 4 teenagers murdered in 2003.
my
and-
god, this is not at
Hold
all
on.
what I thought this
Hold
movie
on.
was going to be.
Yeah, four teenagers were murdered back in 2003, and in 2024, the sister of one she like ends up going back in time to like right before the murders happen. So they're trying to like prevent the murders from happening. That's besides the point. The story is irrelevant. All right, it's irrelevant.
Sounds like it's pretty relevant. Like,
So
sounds like there's a lot that happens in this, and they don't even. It does like the butterfly effect happen at all?
no,
when they
no,
go
no,
back
no.
and
They,
save
they
these
don't
people?
even. They don't even. They don't care about. I can tell you the end of the movie, and you'll be like, "That does." I'll tell you after, unless you want to watch it. But I can tell you the end of the movie, and you're gonna be like, "That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that happen?" But
Okay.
or how would it work? Honestly, like, how would it work?
Okay, so like watching this movie and seeing everything back in 2003, was it accurate?
For the most part, it was. Like, it felt like a lot of the kid, well, at least the main like teenage boy was dressed as like you would think back in 2003. He had like a t-shirt, like a band shirt on, and then like a polo over it. Like that was a big thing. People would just have open polo with a band shirt or something under it. But they were missing some critical cliques. They didn't have any emo kids. They didn't have any goth kids. They didn't have any skater kids. It was pretty much just all preppy kids.
Yeah.
But and the trailer that everybody was up in arms about, there is a part that I'm like, that doesn't that's weird. So there's three girls standing on the wall. One has a cell phone, which they weren't smartphones back then,
Yeah.
and another one had an MP3 player, and the last one had a CD player, and she's like holding it like she's like a phone.
Okay.
And if you've ever had a CD player, that's not how it works.
Yeah, you would just, if it was like small enough, you could have it in your pocket, but like it's a CD player, so
Yeah.
I don't know, unless your pockets were that big, you basically,
I mean, I do remember kids putting them in their pocket.
or like in the backpack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
for the most part, like it's not like it was like now you just have like an earbud in your ear and with like music on, right?
Right.
But back then, like we weren't allowed to have headphones. Like we had headphones, maybe not as big as the ones that I'm wearing right now, but like we didn't have little earbud headphones. We had the ones that went over your head, and you would get in trouble for wearing them in school.
Mm-hmm.
And you also they also had kids with hats on. We weren't allowed to wear hats in school.
Yeah.
So yeah, get it together. But they had so they showed her room, the girl's room, and that was, I think, pretty accurate. They had like the clear phone. Remember the clear phones, like
Yeah.
the landline
Yeah.
phones? They had that. They had the clear Mac computer, or not the colored Mac computer. I
Yeah,
mean,
all translucent.
yeah, the translucent technology was big
Yeah.
back then. So that was pretty accurate. But yeah, but that was also like not relevant. They made some offhand comments like, "Oh, we're going to the mall later," because we used to go to the mall all the time. And then
Yeah.
so they would say that in 2003, but then when they showed 2024, they had some girls go, "Ew, malls." And it's like, doesn't make any sense. Nobody would say that.
Yeah.
So it's a very strange movie. We had to watch it because it was bizarre, and it's a horror movie, it's like a slasher movie. But we watched it on Halloween.
Okay.
And there's another movie. It's called Totally Killer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought, like, when you said it was a horror film, I was like, this movie already came out. But yeah, Totally Killer is the one I was just thinking of.
Yeah. So fun fact, I know too much about this movie than I should. But Totally Killer, or this Time Cut, which is a terrible name. It's like AI generated name for sure. Time Cut was filmed in 2021, and Totally Killer was filmed in 2022. So like everybody's comparing the two, but Time Cut was actually filmed before Totally Killer.
What are we doing here?
I don't know, but I watched Totally
this
Killer too.
episode?
Totally Killer is actually, I think, was better. It was more enjoyable to watch than Time Cut. I'm not a time travel annoys me sometimes, especially in when it's depicted in movies and shows and games. I just don't think it would work the way they depict it to work.
Yeah, but that like time travel is like your thing that you do love.
I
Maybe
do
you get
love
annoyed
time
with it,
travel,
but yeah.
but I
Did you
want
ever
them to do
play?
it right.
What was that one game that was like you could? Was it Loop or Death Loop?
Deathloop, yeah.
Did you ever play that game?
I played that a little. I can't remember it. There is a game, it's called Quantum Break, and I think they did it the correct way, or how I think it would work. So I always think that it would be a closed loop, right? So you have to, if, say, this girl goes back to 2003, she would have already been there in 2024. They would have already known that she was there. Like it has to be a closed loop. Like you can't go back in time to change what already happened. If that makes sense. Like I understand if you go back in time, change something, and then there's branching timelines. I could get my head around that.
Yeah.
But the thing has already happened, so you can't change it from happening.
Because then it messes. This is just Loki.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it right.
Well,
Endgame. So Endgame is their big time heist. And
yeah.
they set the rules, right? They set the rules in that one scene, and then they break the rules, which really annoys me.
Within the movie?
Within the movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that off. Because I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what this episode is either. Leave us reviews if you're even listening still. 5 stars. You could tell us, what you liked about the episode, what you didn't, or, what you like about us. Or
I don't even know what I call this
just,
episode. The random episode.
Yeah, Pokemon Pocket, something.
What is Nintendo doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
We'll have a regular scheduled episode next week. Again, this week was just kind of weird, kind of busy, and I'm sure
Hopefully
we'll have
the world
a lot
isn't
to
on
talk
fire
about.
next week.
Yeah, that's just another thing too. I think people are just kind of exhausted. I bet you, if I even asked someone to join the episode this week, is like mentally, no one is there. So
yeah, let me see if we could get through Tuesday. Well, yeah, I guess this is pre. This will be posted on
so
Wednesday.
the listeners may already know. Like,
we won't know. I don't think we'll know by Wednesday.
I don't know.
I don't think we knew last election until like Saturday.
It took some time.
So I don't know. I'm sick of it. Like I'm ready for it to be over. I've gotten so many calls and texts this year. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And over the weekend, so we were at the wedding and we, had some adult beverages. I swear I'll wrap it up soon. This is a random episode. But we had some adult beverages, so we just started sending goofy pictures back to them.
And did anything happen, or?
We got a text back saying we don't accept images. Probably because people send images.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, one of them, the other ones must have went through because they didn't kick back anything.
I think the irony with your 21 and older wedding is that when people drink, they act like kids.
Well, it was funny. I growing up, when we would have weddings, my family would always be like on the dance floor. Like all my uncles and stuff, they would just be on the dance floor, and you could tell as the night progressed at this wedding, as more and more adult beverages got consumed, more of my family members came out onto the dance floor. Yeah. Also,
I love dancing. Like,
yeah, for
Hannah
people,
and I will always go out and dance on the dance floor, and like you got to get it going.
Yeah,
if it's no one there, like, that sucks for.
I know, like imagine
like
being
couple.
the couple, and it looks like everybody's miserable at your wedding. Like that's not
Yeah.
fun. So yeah,
No.
we always go out, we always dance, and they always seem very appreciative when we do. But yeah, if there's anybody, especially, I mean anybody really, but especially guys, like Kelsey says that's why she like enjoys being with me is because I do go out on the dance floor.
Mhm.
And a lot of men especially don't. And like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, nobody's gonna remember if you're a good
Yeah.
dancer or not. Most of the people are they're not gonna remember anything the next day. Like
Yeah. What is
just do
it?
it.
There's like a saying that's like dance like nobody's watching or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the sign off for this episode. Dance like nobody's watching.